Hello and welcome back to Operations with Void. I'm your host, Forgotten Void, and today we will be showcasing why the D-Day ops have been nerfed. As many of you know, there was a uh, announcement. Maybe you don't know about the announcement, or if you've noticed that the base XP suddenly dropped. Well, this is going to be a battle before the base XP dropped, and one of the reasons why it was reduced. So as you can see, we are not using one of my battles. In fact, we are showcasing one of the people from my Discord, Female Corruption. Uh, Female Corruption generally uses Korean. It has a Korean client. And so here's another thing. The Asian languages do not show up in an English client. They just don't show up. And so as Female Corruption was talking to everyone else, discussing what they should do, then it just I cannot see it because I do not have a Korean or Japanese client. I could be using a Japanese client, but then my dear viewers, you wouldn't be able to read all the English on my client. So, I actually did used to play in Japanese, and could again. Anyways, yeah, the Shannon boats are hard to hit. So if you want to know more about the details of this op and the specifics of the op, go ahead and click the link up there. That's the previous one where I was talking about all the different things of how to win this op and all the different mechanics. When you're farming XP, you're really only focusing on a couple of the mechanics. Once you get the win by rescuing the crews, then you're not going to go for stars, you're going to be going for damage. So as you see, Atlanta here, it has the rear dropped depth charges. These are the best for clearing out mines. Atlanta itself was actually supposed to be a destroyer leader. It was designed as a destroyer leader. That's why it has all these destroyer guns. But then it just became classified as an anti-aircraft cruiser. Some people also want to call them extra light cruisers. But the Atlantas were Atlanta plus the Ditos. A lot of the destroyer leader class cruisers just became anti-aircraft cruisers because they found out throughout the war that the destroyer guns, dual purpose, made very good anti-aircraft guns. It also has some of the highest, if not the highest, DPM in the game, I think, for main guns. Not including secondaries, but for main guns, Atlanta might have the highest. It's either the highest or up there in theoretical DPM. Theoretical meaning that if all the shells hit and all the shells penetrate, and then we have the last ship in distress has been found. It's the Icarus that the Female Corruption's divmate is going through. So, anyway, originally, even in off clients, well, no, in off clients, originally, if you didn't have the language pack installed that could see, then you would get all these squares, and it would be blocks, and people would be complaining about it. Now it's just empty. So if you see empty, you're either looking at someone's writing in Japanese, Chinese, or Korean. Those are one of the language, and you don't know which. And as someone who can read Chinese and Japanese, but is an English native, I don't like this system because I want to be able to read what the Chinese and Japanese players, it's mostly Chinese players that are on NA server. Very few Japanese players generally tend to stick to the Asia server. But in order for me to read, I would have to swap to an Japanese client. So as you see, they're focusing on the forts first. The reason why they focus on the forts first is because you want those out of the way, because they have a really, really fast reload. Notice how the team has more or less stopped shooting. It's because they want the destroyers to go back to their repair circle. Because the enemy destroyers, once they're below half health, they will start to head back to the repair circle, which there are 2 ships that have repair circles. And if you go near the repair ships, then they will start to move. Or you shoot at them, they'll start to move. But as you can see, they are gaining health quite a bit while next to the repair ship. Like, really quickly gaining HP. Really quickly gaining HP. And because they gain HP so quickly, this is the reason why people would farm here. Because if they gain HP back like 100 or 200 per second instead of like 1,000 per second, then it wouldn't be an easy farm. But because they gain HP back so quickly, it's an easy farm, especially since while they are repairing, they don't really shoot. And it's because of this that the farming of this op became so big. And you'll see big numbers at the end of this op, but I was told that some people were posting up to 15,000 base. Not 1,500, 15,000 base XP. You can imagine which server that comes from. If you don't know which server that is, you could ask in the comments, I'll let you know. But just by swapping between them, in between the reloads, they gain so much HP back. And you just have 3 Atlantas shooting at them. And they're not dying. Not shooting back because they're in the repair circle and they're repairing. And for some reason they put the in repair circle logic means don't shoot. And I'm pretty sure this is the don't shoot is so that they stay undetected while in smoke, while they're supposed to be repairing and undetected. So there's a lot of issues, a lot of ways this could be solved. One is they shoot while they're in smoke. They actively, if they're detected while they're repairing, they forego the repairs and go after the players. They don't. The repair ship should maybe not heal back up so quickly. Go back to player levels of repair where it's only like 100 or 200 per second, rather than 1,000. Or just not have the repair boats. Or have the repair boats be a one-time thing. They'll repair each ship only once. And then after that, for the rest of the game, they won't repair. I mean, it's a nice idea, but it was implemented in a way that made it very easy to just farm. As you can see, we're already up to 320k damage. And that's just mostly just from firing at these 2 destroyers. Anyways, the Wargaming did set this back, so while if you're wanting to farm damage, this is a way to farm damage, but so it's not the intended way to play this op. And Wargaming isn't outright banning people because the only people you're hurting is bots, and in this case, other players can come in and easily disrupt this. But they turned down the base XP so that you're not able to get as much econ rewards from doing this, to discourage this play behavior and more to play it normally. That said, if you're playing normally, you're going to spend a lot of time just sitting doing nothing with a good team, and so this is one way for a good team to just spend time, because as you notice, right now there's only 2 enemy ships. It's the Z-32 and the Z-33. They're the only enemy ships, and the other allies were killed trying to take care of the other 4 destroyers. Ow. So the planes will still attack. And even with Atlanta's Def AA on and all the AA, they were still able to get through with 1 attack. Yeah, whereas previously Atlanta would have been a no-fly zone. It still is more or less a no-fly zone, just not near as bad as it used to be in RTS days, way back. And again, since you only see the numbers, I have no idea what they're talking about. I did learn to read Korean many years back, but I've forgotten it all. Because it's one of those things you don't use, you lose, so... Man, the rocket planes are gone. The rocket planes are very dangerous for cruisers. That's why it's a very quick kill those planes. So you're looking here, we're at 521k damage. Just to kind of put at the ridiculousness of this. And since it's less than 10 seconds left of the match, this is the kind of time when you could kill them. If they went for a little bit more, they might have gotten a little bit more rewards. Anyways, so this is why, this kind of battle, this is why the ops were nerfed. It's people who are doing this. Not I'm mad that they did this, but if you are wondering why the base XP suddenly became really nerfed, this is why. When you have players who can go in, do 545k damage, Shunnables, because here Z32 and Z33, 254k damage, 253, 254k damage. When you can do this much damage to a ship that has basically 20k base XP, then, and you're still getting like really good experience out of them, this is why. This is why the ops rewards were nerfed. Because here we have the team. Like, here, even everyone else who survived, who went well, you know, 2,400, 2,300, 200, they had, would be a really good game in randoms. Really good game in ops. So, for them, it's kind of hard to complain about the other players doing this because they're also benefiting by just playing, getting a really good game with 200, with a very high rewards. And you have 5,000, 7,000, 9,000. And I said maybe some people got, what, 15,000 I think was the upper limit of what people were getting. $900 shell hits. Only 4 kills, 500k damage. And on to, and here, this is a red. This is a red booster. So that is why you have income of 7.5 billion credits in one game. And 100,000. This is a red, also a red booster. 100,000 free XP in one game. So, if you're wondering why, well, I guess I've kind of, that horse is dead and I'm still beating it. That said, please be warned that continuation of this behavior might be irk the staff at Wargaming, and they might take serious matters. So this is, I am not encouraging this. I'm just giving an explanation of why this has happened. If you want to try this, this is up to you. Then the consequences fall on you. This is just what happened and why they are doing this, because I believe in clarity. That said, if you like this kind of video and the explanations and why things are happening and why buffs or nerfs happen in ops, you know, feel free to let me know, and I can see if I can dig up some others or let you know, or as they happen, explain what's going on. Or if you want how to farm ops better, I mean, I already posted, you can click on this video of how to do the north route in Killer Whale, and that's how to farm that one. If you want to know how to farm other apps, I can try and see what we can do for that. That said, if you just want to learn the base of the ops, you know, these kind of things, tell me what you want from me and I will try and deliver. If you want to see more videos from me on ops, go ahead and click that subscribe button. If you like this one, click that like button. Either way, I hope to see you again next week. Have a good one.